Hey everyone, welcome back to our next episode of the series called Language Shapes Perception. Today we're talking about one of the most requested topics among teenagers. Today with you is Professor S, who has been dealing and lecturing students about this matter. We'll discuss everything there is to know about this key ingredient of massive success: self-discipline. It is often discussed about reasons of humans' existence. Who are we? Why are we here? What are we meant to do? But not many of us try to see through the brick wall. To answer these questions and solve the riddles, the road to success and sustained happiness is only through self-discipline. It is the key ingredient in the kitchen of our lives that makes a dish full of success. It is the pushing power that brings our dreams to life. The goal of becoming successful is present in everyone's agenda, even though it is quite difficult to achieve the results we want. However, we should not neglect the process, because that's also very important. That includes a lot of hard work, challenges, and focus, patience, courage, and not to give up. In order to do them, we need stability and structure in our lives. Therefore, there's this main factor affecting one's success, which is self-discipline. Hence, it must receive a lot of attention. Another utmost important point is consistency. It is a commitment we do for a long period of time in order to accomplish what we want to. Nothing is effective if we do it for 1 or 2 days, but if we are persistent, good at time management, have a clear understanding of our target, and have the confidence that we can do it, then success comes along. People change. That's a fact. Their convictions change according to what stage of life they're in. For instance, we all know that our desires changed a lot in comparisons to what we desired when we were children, teenagers, and they will continue changing. And that's why discipline is not only about rules and regulations, it is also about applying them in the proper way and the proper time. These factors play an essential role in everyone's life. Not getting discouraged by setbacks is another key to remember. In life, we may fail many times. Things might not work out like we want to, or might not work out at all sometimes. That's why we must develop a mindset that helps us understand that it is okay to fail, to get up and try again. As Abraham Lincoln once said, self-discipline is about choosing what you want now and what you want most. It is about controlling your desires and impulses while staying focused on what needs to be done to achieve your goals. Moreover, people tend to confuse motivation and discipline. In other words, they often trust motivation way more than they should. It is only the first step in the process. Motivation is similar to the period of time when everything looks beautiful. We like a lot of things. We like a profession. We practice many hobbies. Everything inspires us. And then discipline is similar to adulthood. Most humans once had extraordinary goals in life. As children, most of them were asked at least once or twice, what do you want to be when you grow up? Each of them gave unique answers that fueled their imaginations to the point that they were determined on what they wanted. However, not everyone will be able to fulfill their childhood dreams. Only those who suffer the pain of self-discipline and hardship can enjoy the feeling of success. They say that self-discipline is hard and not for weak people. Even though they deep down want a life that comes in a long term, they succumb the short-term pleasures. Self-discipline from a student's perspective can be quite challenging. In all senses, we can say that it's some sort of wisdom only those with endurance can possess. It takes time and effort to yield self-discipline within. No matter how we obtain it, the easy or hard way, students might be quick to lose it. Students prefer easier and shorter routes that lead them to success. They simply do not want to put too much effort and time into something that they're not sure will benefit them. Or simply put, they believe that they are in their blooming years and want to enjoy all the things at the same time. More than 80% of the students are not willing to do what it takes to accomplish their goals, according to a study carried out by a social institute. For instance, many students would rather go party and hang out with friends rather than study for an important exam. Since self-discipline is a quality of those who possess self-control in a variety of situations, most students fail in being self-disciplined. Humans in general, especially students who have less life experience, tend to make bad choices every day. Living the after effects of what they choose leads them to the blaming game. They blame everyone but themselves. Fault and responsibility do not go together. Your heart, your life, your happiness, your career, and your success are all your responsibilities. The idea of living life to the fullest and blaming others have created an iron wall between them and the self-discipline they're trying to build. Indeed, self-discipline is for those who resist the temptation of current pleasures. Most people visualize self-discipline as something harsh. That is because they fail to exercise our self-discipline muscle. Once they go to the gym for self-discipline, they have a lot of challenges. It is not easy to keep yourself focused on one main thing only. But surely it is not impossible. And most of the time, the end results are success and happiness that came as a chain reaction from the bittersweet road. What people fail to realize is that self-discipline is not locking yourself up in a cage. It is more like it is more about self-control and time management, really. It is about choosing the right option that will profit you in the future. It is about having one goal that will turn into habit and habit into a willpower and so on. And also the willpower turned into a self-discipline. During adulthood, we see all the responsibilities. We see all the challenges that life has to give. However, we decide to keep going. Considering the problem during the process, we keep going. This is the point of discipline. It is not because it's easy, but because even though we know it's hard, we decide not to give up. All things considered, when all these actions are under the control of nobody but you, when you do something not because someone tells you, but because you want to, that is kind of the simplest definition of self-discipline. And after you achieve that, that is also can be easily called success. Once humans obtain self-discipline, they can push past their limits. They put the highest faith in themselves. They can control what they think, which leads them to control what they do, and controlling what one can do leads to the guaranteed success they persuaded for a long time. And that looks like the end of our today's episode. Thank you for listening to Language Shapes Perception with your host, Professor S. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into this modest elaboration. If you're keen to see these ideas be applied in your beautiful lives, join our next week when we'll be recording our next episode tackling our next topic. As always, you can head over to our YouTube channel to sign up to our email list, as well as check out all the links and resources in the show notes. That's all for this episode, folks. See you next time.